Hey, Martin with Cosmic Times here. I'm doing a different kind of video right now. I'm doing a video that explains what Kickstarter truly is. Why am I making a video about Kickstarter after I've already run several successful Kickstarters? Well, it's like this. I find that a lot of my friends, my followers, and even my family don't truly understand what Kickstarter is all about. So I figured I'd take a few minutes and explain exactly what is Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a website, or rather a crowdfunding platform that was introduced in 2009. Now, what crowdfunding means is that everyone comes together to support a project and bring it to life. The crowd comes and funds the project. It's kind of in the word. I'm going to approach this from a comic point of view. Now, I make comics. Everybody knows I make comics. There's all kinds of other things on Kickstarter, all kinds of inventions, smartwatches, games, toys, whatever you want. All kinds of great new ideas. By no means is it all just for comics. But since I make comics, I'm going to explain it from a comic book making point of view. Now, what we would do prior to Kickstarter is we would produce a comic entirely out of pocket, pay for all the cost out of pocket, and hopefully sell enough units to justify that cost. A lot of times we did. We were pretty successful, but every now and then there'd be that one project that just didn't quite get over the hill and ended up costing us money. With Kickstarter, you can mitigate that. So what will happen is I'll create like what's going to be happening on September 15th when I launch my new project for Decisions, a Minor Variation. We have a comic that's almost complete. We're going to bring it to the Kickstarter app, and we're going to give people like you a chance to support or back the project. And when you support or back a project on Kickstarter, you're not just donating money. It's not a donation thing. You get a physical or sometimes digital reward, but you do get something for what you give. And then with that money, we're able to then finish producing the comic, produce enough units to fulfill the Kickstarter and perhaps more out of that money we make. And so we go into the project not in a massive deficit. Kickstarter helps with that. And so that's what crowdfunding really is. It's other people outside of my circle, outside of my friends, outside of my own pocket coming to help bring a project to life. And again, that's the same for comics or any of the other products on Kickstarter. Now let me talk about the funding goal for a second. For our upcoming project, I've set the funding goal at $1,500. That's what I need to get the book printed and to pay a few of the other incidentals. So that $1,500 will wrap up my project. And then people like you, backers, will come in and pledge at different levels, a $10 level, a $15 level, $25 or even higher levels. And then of course your rewards will be based on what you pledge. But the project's not complete, it's not funded unless I can cross the $1,500 mark. So if I don't cross the $1,500 mark, I don't see anything. Kickstarter is an all or nothing platform. Also to consider is the funding time period. You set a certain block of time to run your campaign. For me, I think I'm setting it for just about 4 weeks. So during that 4-week time, I have to generate enough interest and bring enough people to my project that pledge $1,500. Again, I don't see a dollar unless I cross that $1,500 mark. And again, if you've pledged to the campaign and we don't hit our funding goal, you don't pay anything. You're not billed. I don't see the money. Everything just stays as it is. However, at the end of the campaign, that's when the backers are billed and the money's collected. Kickstarter takes its cut. So even though I'm looking for $1,500, I'll probably only bring in about $13. So then I collect the money and I produce the book. It takes a couple weeks to finish up what we're working on, and I ship it out to you. So that's kind of how the funding process of Kickstarter works in a nutshell. It's a little more complicated than that, but I'm just trying to encapsulate it. A term maybe you've heard with Kickstarter is stretch goals. Stretch goals work like this. If I hit that $1,500 funding mark in the first week of the campaign is far from over. I still have 3 weeks left. So how do I keep interest up? Well, you add stretch goals. I'll tell you what, our first stretch goal at $1,600, $100 above our initial asking goal. Everybody who backs at a physical tier will receive a bookmark. I did it with From Blood. Actually, they're right up here. Pretty popular. Everybody liked the bookmark. So each campaign I had a different bookmark with it, and I'll do that with this one. So It's a free thing. You pledge at a certain level to get the book, and you're going to get the bookmark for free if we cross that first stretch goal. And I'll tell you what, down the road, there's more and more stretch goals that end up, we're going to have additional books with additional covers, additional pages in the book, and there's certain reward tiers, the higher tiers, if you pledge at, when we cross those stretch goals, you're going to get additional comics for free. They're just going to be included in the thing. So that's why you set stretch goals, so to keep people interested in the project even after you hit the goal. Because I'll be honest with you, $1,500 is not necessarily going to cover my cost at all. It's really just covering the second half of the production cost. Why should you support a product on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or any of the crowdfunding products? Really, why should you? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're taking a chance on something new. If somebody's bringing something to one of these crowdfunding platforms, it's probably a new idea, a new concept, a new story, something new, and you're taking a chance on it. You're gonna be one of the first ones to experience it. This would be your chance to read a new comic or play a new board game or buy a new product that no one else has. And this is your chance to be one of the first ones to do it. So that's a great reason. Also, you're helping out the creator. The American dream is to come up with an idea, invent it, create it, put it out there, and have people believe in it and support it. Here's your chance to do it at the ground level. So that's another reason to support, because you're helping out a creator. And also, the thing is, if you run across these Kickstarter or Indiegogo posts in your social media or your Twitter, it's probably somebody you know. It's a friend or a family member. Wouldn't you want to support a friend or family member starting out on something new? Again, the reward tiers sometimes are as low as $1, $3, $5, $10. You should be able to at least take a couple bucks and throw it toward a friend or a family member who's starting off on an endeavor, who has an idea and they want to bring it to life. So that's, again, another reason to support Kickstarters and crowdfunding platforms. But again, it's not a donation. Keep that in mind. You're not just giving money away or donating it. You're going to get something in return. You're going to get a physical object, a digital object, or whatever they're kickstarting, but you're also going to get the feeling, the good feeling of knowing that you supported somebody on their journey. And I think that's worth it. All right, so say you see something in your feed that one of your friends or family members running a Kickstarter or a campaign, and it's for a comic or a board game or a video game, you're just not into it. Or maybe you don't have the funds to support it right now, hashtag 2020, right? So what else can you do? You can share it. If you see it pop up in your Twitter feed, go ahead and hit retweet. Or you see it in your Facebook feed, go ahead and share it. Let your other friends know that this one friend you have is doing something cool, different, and unique. Let them know about it, share it. Help that friend reach a wider audience, because really that's what we're all trying to do with these campaigns. We're trying to reach a new audience, grow our audience, and get our products out there. So by sharing it, you're helping them do that. All right, I know this was kind of random and off the cuff, and I was just kind of speaking. I probably should have written a script. I was just kind of letting it all out there. But that's my feelings on Kickstarter. Hopefully you walk away with a little better understanding of what the platform is all about. You can find more information about me, of course, on my website at cosmictimes.net. I'm going to be launching a Kickstarter very soon for Decisions, a Minor Variation, starting on September 15th. And remember, if you see somebody, see a friend, you see somebody trying to fund something through Kickstarter, hey, support them. That's all they ask. Take care, everybody. Stay cosmic.